What's up, gamers? I am Hyper. Today we're going to be playing Diablo Immortal. I am so excited. Now, I was a huge Diablo fan for pretty much all the other Diablos. I have had high expectations for this game. You can now download it from your app store on your phone. The beta for PC actually came out as well. You can, of course, create different characters on different servers, but just make sure that if you have friends that are playing, to get with them to find out what server they're on, just to make sure that you can play together in the future. So I clicked the Burning Hell server on mobile yesterday, so I'm really curious to see if I can play with the same character. And right away we can see I'm so excited they do have the cross-platform play capability. This is the character that I was playing on mobile. Thank God, I'm so excited. Even though it is beta, I was not sure if they would allow us to do that. However, it is extremely cool that it is cross-platform. So here you can see the characters that we can create. You can see the classes are very similar to all the other Diablos. It actually looks pretty much exactly the same as mobile. Now, when I checked out the keybinds, I wanted to move some stuff around. It felt a little bit odd at first, and then I saw that there's WSAD keys for moving around, which I actually really like. It takes a little bit of getting used to in other ARPGs to move around solely with the mouse. Being able to play Diablo on your phone is incredibly addicting. It's that same awesome Diablo experience where, you know, you're just killing monsters everywhere, collecting a bunch of gold, extremely fluid. Now you're getting the basic but time-tested Diablo experience, which is awesome. The graphics are absolutely amazing. Damn, she's looking good. You have tons of different stats to focus on. I'm like seriously so excited to just dive into this. Tons of different skills. You got attributes, the Paragon system, a bestiary, legacy of the Horadrim. There's just tons of stuff that you can really dive into for Diablo Immortal. Finding other people to play with was absolutely a dream. The partying system in the game is just awesome. Like, you can just jump into parties with people, whether you're doing dungeons and finding a party or just in open areas. I mean, you're constantly seeing other players around you. Here we're doing an Elder Rift, which is basically just a dungeon that you can buff up with items to make the loot in the dungeon even better. But it was so easy to just find a party and just jump straight into it. The gearing system is actually pretty badass. You get tons of loot and gear very quickly, like in your typical Diablo experience. But one of the best things is the tier system. If we hit equip here, we have an option to transfer the upgrading ranking tiers over to the new piece of gear that we get, because as soon as you find a better piece of gear, when you equip that gear, you have an option to transfer that ranking upgrade as well, which is freaking awesome. It's just so nice to know that if you upgrade pieces of gear, you don't have to worry about losing the investments that you put into that piece of gear. Now, there is an auto pathing ability, which is actually pretty awesome because you don't have to run around trying to find every place. If you select a quest on your left by just tapping on it, you can head straight there. Your character will even teleport there if you're not in the right area, and then auto navigate there. So it's very fluid. The cutscenes are absolutely beautiful. You get those same, I mean, it's just so nostalgic, especially since the timeline for this game is in between Diablo 2 and 3, except now it's just on mobile. I can get this experience anywhere. Some of these skills are just so amazing and cool. They seem to all upgrade automatically as you level, so you don't even really have to worry about which ones you're using, I think. And with the ranking system for your gear and the ranking system for gems as well, like they're not locked to the piece of gear you put them in. Just overall progress in Diablo Immortal feels great, where you don't have to go and like read an in-depth guide on like which skills are the best ones, which gems and which stats you have to play with. You just jump in and play, and it's just a blast. Of course, I'm all about that min-maxing. I'm definitely going to check out some guides, but you don't have to. Like, you can literally just download the game and just start playing and not worry about, like, you know, messing up your character or doing anything permanent. Picking up loot is great. Almost everything gets picked up automatically. Now, the PC version is in beta and still has a couple bugs. The resolution isn't as great. There's a glitch here and there, but overall it is playable and still massively fun. However, on mobile is where it truly shines and is absolutely amazing. In time, even the PC version, I think, will be absolutely mind-blowing. But what about the pay-to-win system in the endgame? It is absolutely atrocious, there's no denying that. However, I do think there's a couple things to mention here. First of all, let's talk about what it actually is. If I've done my math and research correctly, there is a 0.05% chance to get 5-star legendary gems. Now, you can get that drop chance only 3 times a month to get those gems. To completely max out an endgame build, you would need 5-star gems in every slot, and 3 in your belt. Once an item has 5-star gems, you can awaken that item. Then you can put a legendary version of that 5-star gem. While it's technically possible to do that while being completely free to play,
So you're telling me there's a chance?
These kind of gems and this outrageous pay-to-win wall only mostly matters if you plan to do super late game PvP. And we're talking about less than 1% players up there, top of the end games, top of the leaderboards. Personally, I just want a casual PvE game that I can kill monsters and grind loot, and this gives me that.
Yeah!
I am not worried at all about it, and because of that, I can definitely have fun with Diablo Immortal. As long as I can keep that in mind and just remember to have fun, that's all I'm worried about. This is a mobile game anyway, so as long as I can do something while I'm in line or on the toilet or walking around, that's literally all I wanted to begin with. So if you are wanting to play but you're very concerned about the pay to win wall, just do what I do, which is resolving to not caring about the super endgame and just having fun with a mobile game that's easy to play once in a while. To be honest, I have not had this much fun playing a free to play game in a very long time. If the ultimate price for that is letting the whales fund the game, well, I just don't think that's that big a deal. I am okay with letting whales completely fund the game if it means that I get an awesome game to play for free. Just don't worry about reaching that less than 0.1% of players that reach that super endgame goal. Just remember to have fun. That's what the game is for. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. You don't have to be in the top 1% of players in order to do that. With all the other available things that you can max out and explore and achievements, there's so much other stuff in the game to have fun with. On top of that, doing it all over again with a new class or character or build. Next, keep in mind what Blizzard has said about this game. They said that this is a game that they're going to keep adding content to. If they're doing the same thing that they do with other games and continuously adding new content every couple of months, that's more than enough to keep me playing. Not to mention they're going to be adding events here and there. What I'm trying to say here is that I am just having a blast with the game. Quick tip, make sure you go into your settings, go into general, scroll down to auto pickup and enable all normal, magic, and rare items. This will let you walk over all the loot to pick up faster, and you'll want to do that to scrap it for materials for other stuff later. My final thoughts are this game is definitely worth checking out as long as you know what you're getting into. Again, I've been having so much fun with this game and I probably will for a very long time. I mean, we're talking about playing Diablo anywhere. It's absolutely a blast, and while not the ideal, most perfect game out there, it's just a shit ton of fun and gonna hold my attention for a very long time. This game is completely for free, and it's awesome that it is. Remember, you don't have to become the best possible character in every single game you play. You don't have to be at the very top of the leaderboards. You don't have to have the absolutely most perfect min-max stats for your character. You can, or at least if you're like me, simply play for 30, 50, 100 hours, be done, and move on. If I get to a paywall and I stop having fun there, then I will put the game down and play something else. But if you're capable of playing a game and having fun without needing to worry about becoming the absolute best, and if you're a Diablo fan in general, if you like killing monsters and collecting loot, if you enjoy slaying endless amounts of demons, if you want to raid or join parties and venture into dungeons quickly without needing voice chat or even typing in general, just getting in, killing monsters, killing bosses, and getting out, if you enjoy playing games with good stories that actually has a good plot, or if you like playing games that you can play on the go, or if you like playing good free games, then this is definitely the game for you. Despite all the controversy that this game has caused, I definitely think it's a ton of fun and definitely think it's worth checking out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. And don't forget to loot harder, baby. Let's go!